In the 2 hours that passed, the streets were deserted.
Hello, Dungeon fans. It's Saturday night. It's the Liching Hour. I'm Kevin from Level 9, otherwise known as HR, and tonight we are playing Apocrypha Adventure Card Game. Back to it. Well. Let's recap real quick. When we last saw our party, Gabrielle, Dr. Zeus, and Sam were standing in a command room at the top of what looked like it might be abandoned corporate headquarters of Aleph Corps. They were standing with the owner slash controller slash OG original Golem, the Golem of Prague, Aleph himself, who even predates World War II by was made before Adam. This Golem was the original AI. I think that'd be a good way to kind of describe him. He, since World War II, had gone on to create other little golems of little pieces of himself. And those golems we now know as, our smartphones and drones and AI and networks and computers. And basically, Aleph Corps is behind every piece of technology from computers, airlines to smartphones in the last century. All his little children. And when Zeus and Sam were hit with this, when they realized what they had found. So what had led them all to this was some bad AI action going on, like these automated cars taking children and drones dropping bombs in suburbs and wrong stuff going on, which trail led back to Aleph Corps that brought the party there because they're in the mindset of fighting monsters and hunting monsters down, but then they're faced with realizing that there was really two options for them in confronting this situation. They could go to war, or they could accept the fact that maybe there are other answers than going to war. What I mean by going to war is, how do you stop the tide of machines that want to get so smart that want to become alive or gain consciousness or striving to do that? How do you stop that? Do you either go all out war, right? You got to unplug everything, or you ignore it. There's the third option, or you go another way. Now, this whole mission, this whole set of missions, the Book of Golems, has worked really well for the party so far because Zeus and Sam and Gabrielle, to a certain degree, are all technophiles. Hey, Heroic, how's it going, man? Zeus and Sam have philosophical debates about this very topic for since they've known each other. And Zeus believes that any machine that is striving to know what it means to be alive, or wants to be sentient or consciousness, or is striving for consciousness, can be taught morals. And Sam agrees with him. And the whole conversation they had with Aleph turned out to be they wanted to ask him how they could help. Now, Aleph himself isn't necessarily sentient. He's sentient to a degree, but he hasn't achieved consciousness either, to the degree where he has feelings, emotions, and that kind of thing. He's not. So he didn't have an answer in that kind of respect for them. He made it clear that he's not a controller. He creates, and his creations go off to other things. He's got his fingers and everything, but he's not a network controller. He's not a head of thing. No one comes back to him. He's not doing anything. And it's not that he's not responsible. It's just he's actually just not part of whatever's happening. He's just the source. That's one. And two, but he posed a question back at them, or it was more of a statement. the last thing he said to them was, how everything proceeds from this moment on is dependent on how you view us. And Aziz and Sam took that as, okay, that's what we're getting at, is like, that's choice. Do we go to war? Do we see them as frightening? Do we take the Hollywood thing, the Hollywood, the kind of the scare, the scary shit that's been going on for the last 20, 30 years about AIs and Terminator and all this shit that's going on, that's gonna machines gonna rise up and take over, or is there another perspective? And that's where Zeus and Sam are like firmly encamped in. There's other perspective. We're gonna try to bring our new friends into the fold, or bring them as friends into the fold. And for Gabriella, she doesn't care if you're a machine or a human or a monster. If you get in her face, she's gonna kick it. She's going to kick your ass till next Tuesday. Other than that, you do you, she does her, and everything's fine. So she's not afraid of that. She's like, if war happens, war happens. If we can make friends, we make friends. So leaving Aleph Core, Sam and Zeus were super excited because, like I'd been saying in the last few missions, Seattle, the area that they're in, they've felt a very heavy presence, AI presence, or very heavy networked presence there. Not a consolidated presence, but like everywhere there's if there's anywhere in the world where machines are coming to life right then and at this very moment, it's in that area, at least in this world, in the world of the Apocrypha kind of world, which I feel is like tomorrow. It's not like next year, but it's like tomorrow. Not to be cliched, but like it's literally Sunday versus in the future. Like Seattle and Vancouver are a little bit more of a networked, bigger kind of conglomerate of a city kind of thing, multi-cities. Anyway, that's the world of the Apocrypha, at least. Okay, anyway, so the way that they've been dealing with the AIs and stuff in the last few missions, they had written themselves programs that could, because it was the only way, they found a little backdoor, a little simple backdoor that they could get in, hack a drone, and turn it off. That's been their solution so far, is just to turn them off. Not to destroy them, not to fight them, not to cause any kind of problem, but to turn them off. But now that they excited after meeting with Aleph and getting out of there, Sam and Zeus decided to relook at their programming and see if they couldn't, instead of turning things off, but to actually hack and add a process, a subroutine or something that is more in line with what kind of Zeus is getting at with the teaching them morals, but maybe starting out really simple with a simple like a prime directive kind of deal where, you know, we don't hurt humans, or maybe not that. That probably wouldn't work either. That seems like something that could be overwritten in the future, and then cause a lot of, you know, sci-fi kind of problems. But Zeus was working on something that would help them learn. Because up until now, no one's programming these AIs, all the different little machines and stuff like that, with anything that's emphatic. Everybody's, you know, they're just built to do their thing, to learn, but not to necessarily be. And that's what his goal. So from here on out, when the crew uses their minds to stop a drone, clone, or zone, they're doing so with this kind of like, they're trying out different subroutines to not charm them and not force them, but to help them realize that they're not the enemy, and that humanity is not an enemy, and to try to understand them. That's the setup. That's the overall setup. So this adventure starts about a week later. They from the talk with Aleph, they've realized that this issue is much bigger than just some random drones. There's other types of these entities. There's what Zeus is calling clones in zones. Clones being robotic things that look like us, or look like animals, or, you know, like little robot dogs, or toys. toy dolls, or zones, which are networks and AI networks. Something you'd find more on the internet than or in a network than out in the real world. It's still real world, but you know what I mean. So they're still connected to the boys back in Candle Point, who are very active. The next gyms, and they had a week to kind of settle in. It was kind of like go the moment they landed in Seattle, but they got a good week. They found themselves a place to stay. It's just a hotel with like a motel hotel with a swampy pool in the middle, and but it gets the job done for now. Before they don't know how long they'll be staying in Seattle, so they're not like trying to put down roots or anything. But this is safe-ish and out of the way. And this mission they find a little surprisingly different way than they have been. They've been hacking here and hacking there and getting alerts from the next gyms about what's going on. But this one comes through the police radio, because they're always listening in on the police band too, and they hear that a dispatch put out that a kid's missing, a little girl's missing, and the parents think that her toy took her, and the cops are confused and think it's a joke, but they're gonna go check it out anyway, and but this sounds really like eerily on point with the kind of stuff that that the team's been dealing with. So they decide they're going to go visit these parents as well. And that's where we're going to start this out. It's called Welcome to the Dollhouse. They are going to cul-de-sac. This is where the parents live. It's in Finney Ridge. They will eventually go to a school, Green Lake Elementary. There's Green Lake, and then the Woodland Park Zoo. I haven't been to the zoo yet, but the zoo looks like nasty business, man. Like the doom side says, whenever confront anything, you got to reload one new threat into a random other nexus. It's like you don't want that to be on the doom side for very long, for sure. And we'll find out. You'll find out what's going on. This is a pretty cut and dried mission. There's 4 locations. We can start at any of them. We can move to any of them. There's nothing fancy going on here, just a regular 24 Omen deck. There's a master, and then there's 3 minions throughout. So like regular default mode, we got to find the master and take the master out, and that's how we're going to win the game. Okay. Let me take these. We're going to start at the cul-de-sac, because the team is going to go visit the parents. The team gets there and visit. They get there, and as they're driving into the complex, the suburb, a cop car's leaving. So they're pretty sure that they came just after the cops, and they're glad about that. And they pull up, and Sam goes up to the door. He's the best one to deal with normies, and knock on the door, and the parents come, and they're a little confused, and Sam introduces himself as being a concerned party with their kid, and the parents are like, about the kid being missing, their daughter, and the parents are like, we just talked to the police officers, confused. We just talked to police officers. Who are you? And Sam tells them that he's from the Aleph Corps, and that the producers of the microchip in the toy that they had, that this toy, and we think that we might know what's going on, and we want to help. And this cools the parents down immediately, because or warms them up rather immediately, because the cops didn't really believe them that they think their child's toy took her somewhere. So she lets Sam, Zeus, and Gabrielle in. Well, the parents do, and they tell them what happened is, ever since they got this doll, it's a rather large doll, about almost the same size as their daughter, and it's the most advanced one on the market. It talks, it walks, yeah, it doesn't walk the best, but well, it does, but they don't. Um, it talks. It does simple things. It learns. It's your new age AI, mild AI kind of doll. Uh, but it had started the moment they got it. It was like doing weird things and kind of creeping the parents out. It'd be staring at them and say things to them, as if it was listening to them. And their daughter became very close with this doll and started talking about the doll as if it was real, which isn't so weird because of kids, but it based on the feeling that the parents were getting, they started feeling that it was a little weird. And then yesterday or this morning, she the little kid's going to school. She said she was taking the doll with her for show and tell, and she said that her friend was going to take her to the zoo after school, and her friend being the doll, and her mom, in the hurry of getting school stuff, dismissed it as play, right? Okay, oh yeah, sure. So she'll come home and she'll go to the zoo, but then she didn't get off the bus, and they went to the school. They went all over. They're not finding her, and now they're really worried that and maybe they are crazy. Maybe we are crazy that the doll like took our daughter to the zoo, but we don't know what's going on, and we're worried. Fine. So Sam and Gabrielle and Z say, look, we're not the police. The police are going to be looking. The police said they were going to go to the school. We want to help too. We're going to look. We're not going to get in the policeman's way, but we're going to do some searching around too. The parents are like, well, what is it about these, this doll? Why are you involved? And they say, well, we found some irregular, some tests came back irregular about this certain batch, and Sam just gives her a bunch of bullshit that sounds plausible to kind of make them feel better. But really, the parents are just happy that there's more people that were going to be helping try to find their daughter. So the team's going to go. The cops didn't take the zoo thing seriously. They're going to go to the zoo first. I mean, to the school first. Yeah. Now, one caveat to all of this. So a year ago, a little over a year ago, the team arrived in Candle Point because they had been hearing something that drew them there. I think in the whole canon of the Apocrypha, there's a council of sorts, that there's a leaders of the good side, and I don't know enough about them, but I would say that maybe these guys were kind of brought together a little bit by the leaders of the good side, and kind of gently pushed to Candle Point. Now, Candle Point, there was 9 missions there. There was 9 different encounters, but lots of different monsters and stuff like that. And to these guys who had some experience doing monster hunting around the States before, but this felt like it never felt like there was this many of them in Candle Point because of Candle Point. So they thought leaving Candle Point that was going to be unique to Candle Point. But after spending a year there and going back out in the real world and coming back to Seattle, they're realizing that at least Seattle too is becoming more and more weird and twisted. It's like something's coming, it's building, and there's more and more ghosts and monsters and this stuff on top of the thing that's going on right here with like the golems and the technology. So that said, that's kind of what helps explain what's about to happen when we go to all these different locations and encounter things that aren't just robots and AI. Everything's ramping up because we're approaching like these the 9 Novum want to end the world, and that's the meta of what's going on. Okay, so the team is going to start in the cul-de-sac. I think let's see. I think we're going to split up. Someone's going to go to the zoo. Someone's going to stick around and look around the cul-de-sac, around the neighborhood. And trying to think of who that would be. Who's best at doing that? You know what? We're gonna do a 1 and 2. I kind of like that. Sam is gonna stick around the cul-de-sac. He's really good at meeting people, while Zeus and Gabrielle are gonna head to the zoo together. Gabrielle can move Zeus with her at the end of her turn. She's going first, as per usual. All right, let's do this. It is Gabrielle's first turn. Let's see what she's got. She's got an omen of hope, which is good. We're going to use that on the zoo right away. She's got our blunderbuss, which is awesome. One of them. She got 2. A finger post, a gearbox. That helps flip dice, which is pretty cool. Okay, so she's got a pretty decent starting hand. We're going to draw it. Fleeting fragment wise, Sam has got to spend a fleeting fragment, at least one this time around, because he's got 9. He's got one that's an enduring, but he hasn't spent many. Gabrielle's got 4, so that's good, and so does Z's. We'll get in those as we go. First card from the Omen deck is an Omen of Hope, Righteous Anger. I wonder if we flip this to the Hope side for Sam. Let's see. Cul-de-sac. When you evaluate versus an ally gift, trash the highest die. Okay. To seal it, you got to have you got to do a soul check. 12. Soul. That's our one weakness. This party. Dr. Z's has a 3 in soul, but that's about it. Let's see what the other side is. It's just a 12. Oh. You still have to do a 12, but this one makes you discard trash a die. Okay. We're going to do Doom. All right, Affliction. Suffer 1 body or rage damage. She's going to discard her finger post as the rage damage. Marked deck. Okay. So they come out of the parents' house, and there's this group of kids messing with Gabrielle's bike, and she yells, hey, get away from there. And they kind of disperse a little bit, and revealing one who's got the finger post in his hand, and he looks scared, but like not scared enough to let go, and he goes running off with the finger post. When he goes running off, something falls out of his pocket. Gabrielle runs off, and she doesn't feel like going hog wild chasing after this guy. She gets to her bike. She looks at what happened. Nothing else is really taken. She finds this. Oh well, actually, hold on. We're gonna roll to see if she finds it. It is a 9 mind or a 10 soul. She's got 3 mind, and then it's got charm. She's got charm 1. Rampage, if anybody's paying attention, is -3. She rolls a 10. So yeah, she looks down on the ground and she sees this deck of cards that she picks up. It's a little odd for the kid to have, but she puts that in her pocket as a way to, maybe it could be used to bribe the kid to get her finger post back. But she turns around and she looks at Zeus and Sam, and she says, "I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna find that kid, and I'm gonna take a look around to see if maybe there's any clues in the neighborhood." No, wait, she's not staying. Oh, maybe she is staying. Sam goes, no, you go. You go to the zoo. You take Zeus and go to the zoo. I'll stay. If I find that kid, I'll get your stuff back. Gabrielle said, okay. All right. I'm gonna keep the deck of cards for a souvenir. Fine. Okay. So we're gonna end her turn, and then she's gonna move, and when she moves, she's gonna move Zeus with her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She doesn't need to reset her hand, and she is done. Zeus, what you got, buddy? Zeus has got a nice set. He's got this viral content, which I always forget to slot. We're going to slot it right now. When you mutate, he can now heal 2 and upgrade the mutation dice. So that's cool. But he's got a couple rage. He's got a good mix of virtues. He's going to draw an Omen of Doom, Poverty. Oh, so we are at the zoo. Yeah, check that out. Confront, reload 1 new threat into a random other nexus. To seal, choose reload 1 ally gift or suffer 3 soul damage. Soul damage. It looks like this this zoo has more than animals in it, judging by the picture. That ain't no animal I ever heard of. Looks like a snail, man. Is there a hook behind it? Gross. Okay. Oh, Shiza. Zeus has no omens of hope. Okay, well, let's take a shot. Let's take a chance. All we gotta do is it needs to not be a threat. If it's a threat, we gotta load a new threat into some other nexus. Boo. That's what's gonna happen. I know. This is always what's gonna happen. Okay, we'll do this. Poverty. In the evaluate versus a gift, he's got to trash the highest die. Well, I'm hoping it's a gift. All right. Wolfram Cube. Let's see if he sees this. He gets 4 mind dice. It's a mind check of 11. He has hack 1, so he gets 1 bonus die. Let's go ahead and roll this. And he certainly gets 11. So, the zoo's not too far away, maybe 20-25 minutes. Gabrielle and Zeus pull up, and it's not very busy. It's not a big city zoo. It's a little city zoo. They're actually not even sure it's open. There's the welcome gate. There isn't anybody in the booth, and what's holding the door open is this Wolfram Cube. Which Zeus recognizes as being such and takes it with him, pockets that sucker. He almost feels like saying, hello, but he knows better than that. He's a monster hunter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not going to mess with this anymore because I don't want to, we're going to wait till Gabrielle can play an Omen of Hope there. So we're going to end Zeus's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. He's good. And we're going to head back to the cul-de-sac for see what Sam's up to. Sam draws an Omen of Curiosity. Doom. Boo. Man. Alright, well, let's see what Sam's got. Sam's got 2 Omens of Doom. He's got a Motorhead. We're Motorhead. We play rock and roll. Dream Snare. Illusion, which I like, and Worry Beads, which are pretty good. They've been pretty helpful. But these 2 Dooms suck. Let's see. Alright, fine. Omen of Doom, Curiosity. You cannot play powers to avoid during this investigation. Oh. Devil bird. So it's late. Let's set the stage. So it's late afternoon when they all came. So it's getting towards dinner time, 5, 6ish, when they get to the zoo and he's walking around. He starts off in the backyard, the parents' backyard. The cul-de-sac is the suburb is kind of surrounded by wooded area. So it's not a suburb in a sense that it's, houses upon houses, a neighborhood right next to a city. It's near a city, but it's kind of secluded. He is checking out the backyard. The sun goes dark, and he gets that familiar run up his spine that he's used to have gotten. That was kind of like ingrained in him in Candlepoint, because Candlepoint just was rife with monsters, and he didn't expect to feel that here. But the sun kind of goes out for a second, and he looks up and worried, and sure enough, it's a very large bird that had flown out. He'd gotten a little too close to the forest, and it's flying down at him. He could do rage or body. He's much better with rage. Does he have a rage gift? No, but he does have he does have the motorhead. Well. Okay. I can't use... Okay, we got plenty of ways to mitigate damage and stuff. And okay, so this thing is an animus and sense, and he has sense of 1. If he uses 3 rage dice and 1 bonus die. I'm looking at his fleeting fragments to see if there's anything interesting for this right here. No. Okay. We're gonna try it out. His Motorhead card. If during evaluate, he can sacrifice it to reroll dice showing a lower number than his mind. So if his mind is 4, so if you roll anything lower than 4, he can re-roll it. He'll have to sacrifice this, but actually it's a tool. No, it's not a tool. He would actually have to sacrifice it. All right, but actually a symbol. I can discard to add 1 matching die. Matching what though? I guess rage. I'm gonna use it for that. So I was thinking it was a tool, and one of Sam's abilities is he plays a tool gift. He can lower the cost of it, so he wouldn't have to sacrifice it or just bury it. But it's not a tool. A tool. He is gonna play it though to add 1 matching die, which I'm assuming is a red die because that's what I'm using. But it also, oh no, yeah. No, there's no also. That's exactly what's happening. Okay, so we're rolling 5 dice to get 12. Nobody can help him because they're not at his location at the moment. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, Sam's, if you've been following, Sam's kind of a hard ass. You don't expect it. You don't expect it from this guy necessarily. You'd think it was Gabrielle's the hard ass, and then Zeus. Well, she is, but Sam turned out to be a pretty cool character. He just waits till this thing gets down and comes at him close with his claws outstretched, and he just drops it. He just punches it in its face and its beak as hard as he can. Or maybe grabs it. Let's say he punches it. Oh, wait. Initiate. Suffer 1. Hold on. We missed this part. During the initiate, which he's already done, he's got to suffer 1 rage damage. So that should have happened in the beginning. Let me do this just to be fair. Yep. Okay. So he's discarding the dream snare. I mean, we could play that. We rolled those. He discarded Dream Snare because he didn't have a rage card in his hand, so we had to randomly select a different virtue card. This got discarded. This is out. The bird is... I'd say this punch didn't kill the bird, but it definitely goes flying off. It's definitely gone. He's going to play another Omen of Doom. We got 4 locations and 3 people. We need to whip through these. Feedback. And evaluate, trash the highest mind die. Huh. Magic Mason Jar. So he hits this bird. And he's pretty proud of himself. He looks around to see if anybody noticed, but no one's out in their backyard. No one's watching him. So no one really saw this happen. Hurt his wrist a little bit, but he's all right. He's rubbing it, he's looking around, and something glints. And well, we'll see. There's something glints. He's gonna roll mind. He's gonna trash the highest mind die. He gets 4. This Magic Mason Jar has sense. He gets 1 bonus die for that. $14. He sees a glint. And he walks over, and sure enough, it's a mason jar. And he's had a lot of luck with mason jars in the past. So he picks it up and takes it with him. You'd be amazed at the things you can trap in a mason jar. He picks it up, and... Oh, wait, hold up. What I roll? You guys got to keep me honest. We're going to re-roll this, because I've got to... dump the highest mind die. Alright, here's a 6. Bonus die 6. 3, 3, 6, 12. So he found the Magic Mason Jar. Alright. We're going to draw back up to 5. Wishful thinking. Okay, that's good. That'll help for the other guys. Alright, and we're going to move back to the zoo, and it's Gabrielle's turn. Gabrielle draws an Omen of Hope. That's good. That's a good sign. She's got 3 Omens of Hope in her hand. That's good, because we need to get this zoo on the hope side. We're going to do Omen of Hope Creation. And a symbol, if you have the same number of total virtue dice as bonus dice, add 1 of each. Okay. We're going to flip this over. And now it's when you win versus a non-true threat, draw a new body gift. That's cool. Oh, see, this thing is like some kind of weird snail thing. But what's that? What's this guy? What kind of zoo is this? Okay. Let's see what's up. Ooh, I'm so glad we did that. At this point, Gabrielle and Zeus are very familiar with the sound of a death's nest, a death's head buzz, and they're starting to walk around. They're walking in by the first couple exhibits that don't have any animals in them, and it's still kind of empty feeling, the zoo. But then they hear over the wind, they hear the buzz, and Gabrielle stops to hear it first, and then Zeus does, and they both look at each other and go, shit. And sure enough, out from the trees on either side of the exhibit, these death head wasps come booking down at them, coming straight at them. Okay, so if we win, we get to heal 1. If we lose, we sacrifice a soul gift. If we win, we get to draw a new body gift. So that's cool. Blunderbuss time? I think so. Soul sucks. I'll suck your soul. All right. 15. So she's got 3 rage die. We're going to play the... Okay. She's going to use the secondary thing, a symbol versus a threat. She can discard it, add 1 rage die, and then if she's skilled in a strike, which she most certainly is, she can add 1 mind or soul die. We're going to use a mind die. Then it's got strike. She's got strike. She's gonna, or I'm sorry, this has strike. She has strike. That adds 1 bonus die. So we're looking at 6 bonus die to get 15. Zeus cannot help. His rage is pointed inward. I feel like that's not as focused as it should be. Oh, I don't like that. Help me out here, buddy. Whatever. No. There. All right. All right. Are we trashing any dice here? No. Okay, so we got a 6 and 2 4s. Is 14. She needs a 15. Aha! But this is Gabriella we're talking about here. She, she is going to discard or recycle the marked deck in order to add 1 to the die to make it 15. Yeah. So she just barely makes it. So she whips out Gabrielle. Says shit under her breath, pulls out the blunderbuss, aims, and fires and blows out at least 2 of these death heads, bees or wasps, and they go flying off. The other ones go flying off in a hasty retreat. The sound, the boom, and other pieces of their buddies flying all over them. That was enough for them. That was a discard. Okay. Heal 1. So she most certainly will. Gonna heal. And then win versus not draw a new body gift. Don't mind if I do. What do we get? Look at that. I think she like them. So the when she fires off the gun, and no, because she's pointing up, there was one other that wasn't dead that went flying off, and it flew into a restroom, and she walks over and she goes to the door was open to the restroom, like one of those restroom little buildings, and it goes flying into it, and she goes over and slams the door shut to trap it inside. So like keep this guy out of so he won't be a problem later. And when she does that, she notices that the door is propped open by these 2 snakeskin boots, and she eyes them. She goes, I think those are my size. They most certainly are. Let's see. They can boost your body, or when you assemble when charming or sensing, which she's got charm, she can discard this to add your rage dice. So that's pretty sweet. These guys are gone. We did not have the same number of total virtue dice as bonus dice, so that didn't come into play. I think. Okay, we're at the end of a turn. I'm going to go ahead and end the turn, but she can... Yes. She's going to transfer a card to Zeus. He has an Omen of Doom. I don't know what he's going to draw from the Omen deck, so she's going to give him an Omen of Hope so that we can keep this zoo at an Omen of Hope. Is it after you reset your hand or before? No, it's before. So she's going to draw back up to 5. And we pass the turn to Zeus, and he draws an Omen. Yeah, see? I had a feeling of how this night was going to go. A lot of doom. I'm just going to fix this stuff because it bugs me. Okay. Alrighty. Zeus is up. He's got a bunch of cards in his hand. Alright, buddy. Omen of hope. And avoid, you may avoid. Okay. Well, hello there. Welcome. Welcome. Are you enjoying our zoo, our city zoo? So, out of nowhere, after Gabrielle closes the bathroom door and checks out the boots, she hears, well, hello there. And she turns to see Zeus being approached by this man and a couple of his flunkies. Very big grin. Gabrielle's seen grins like this before. And so has Zeus. Zeus has dealt with these kind of men before. Don't know why they're the only ones at the zoo. But it's probably no good. Let's see. It's a 15. Oh wait, he can't avoid, but I personally hate the avoid mechanic in these games because it just means that they're going to get shuffled back in. And wait, do they go to right to the bottom of the deck, or they get shuffled back in? I want to make sure because I don't do it very often, so I'm not 100% positive. Let me check. Yeah, it's shuffled back in the deck it came from. And these decks are so small that I almost always, if you've been watching, you know I almost always put that card back on top. So it's almost a waste. Unless it's like he's almost dead or something ridiculous like that. But we're just going to go for it. He has 4 mind. Zeus is pretty skilled at talking himself out of odd situations like this. Not necessarily that these guys are dangerous, but they're going to keep them. They're going to stall Zeus and Gabrielle from doing what they need to do, which is to find the girl. Okay, so he's got a marked deck as well. He's got that Wolf Room cube as well. This is a different version of I just realized it's the Golem version. Huh. We're gonna. Oh wait, she can't help. She can't help. Okay. Wait, does she have the marked deck still? No, she discarded it. The marked deck allows you to assist somebody with any virtue. He's got a murder board and he's got a tail gunner. Okay. All right, so she's going to Zeus is going to discard a Wolfram cube in order to boost his mind, so he gets a bonus die. Glad Hunter has charm, but he doesn't have any charm, so we're gonna have to do it without charm. Zeus doesn't have charm, but he sure can talk you into or out of things just by sheer brilliance. We're gonna try this out. No mutations. 11, 12. Oh, we need 15. Oh dear. Wait, does he have anything he can reroll? Oh wait, in his hand. Evaluate. No. No. No, no. No. Okay. Gabrielle. Symbol. Avoid. Assembling. Evaluate. Just her. Fleeting fragments. Sacrifice. Explode 1s and 2s. Well, that's pretty cool. I don't want to take any damage. If you lose, you draw 1 card, then bury 1 ally gift or 2 random cards. Boo. Alright, so Gabrielle has this fleeting fragment called the Toothless One. It's kind of messed up, the little story about eating teeth. But it can explode 1s and 2s, which means he's going to be able to reroll 3. She's going to spin this, sacrifice it. He's going to be able to roll 3 new dice because of those 3 2s. put these aside. We got a 4, and that's all we needed. All we needed is a 4 because we needed a 15, and he just boom. So he's doing his thing. Zeus is doing his thing. Usually, what he does is he hits people with some super, especially guys like this, super heady, smart, intellectual kind of conversation. He goes very deep, very quickly, because he tends to find that these kind of people don't like that. The deeper you get, the quicker they pull away. And it's not deep enough. This guy seems to like whatever he's talking about to a degree until Gabrielle walks up, and she gives him her crazy. She calls it her crazy grin, and that's enough to unsettle him, and makes him think in his two guys that maybe these two are wandering around the zoo because they're indeed crazy, or maybe let loose. So he lets them go without, carry on. The conversation goes pretty quick, and then Zeus and Gabrielle continue on their way. That is a non-true threat, though. So we get to figure out how this geofence works into it. So before the Gladhander leaves, he goes, have you noticed how a lot of the cages aren't as a lot of fences around these encasements aren't that tall? And Zeus goes, yeah, I did notice that. And he said, well, we've got this great technology, the geofencing, just like in a yard with the dogs around a lot of the pens. You should check it out. You should check out the bears, he says. He gives a wink and smile, and then he walks away. So we're going to take that. Now, Zeus has got a bunch of cards, and he's got 2 Omens of Doom, and I do not want to flip the zoo back over to Doom. So we're going to carry, he's got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got to bury one of these. He's going to bury one of the Omens of Doom. And we're going to pass the turn and check out what Sam's doing in the cul-de-sac. Sam just punched a bird. Mr. Punch a Bird. Oh, geez. Pain. I'm addicted to pain. Yep. All right. He's got to play one. All right, we're going to play Gut Punch. Omen of Doom, Gut Punch. If he takes any damage, he buries a card first. Hold on. Does he have anything? Bum, bum, bum. Okay. So, here we go. Okay. He bends down, he picks up that mason jar, and he's looking at it, he's like, huh, yeah. And then he swears he hears a kid's voice in the wind. And he listens, and sure enough, he's like, I'm hearing kids. They may be playing. I don't know who they might be. He can't tell if it's a girl or a boy yet. And he walks, he swears it's coming from the forest behind the house. And he walks back there and starts going through the forest, kind of following, trying to be as quiet as possible, thinking that he's probably going to come up upon a group of kids, neighborhood kids or something. But his surprise, he's floored when he comes, he opens up, pushes away the bush, and he finds a little girl and a little doll who's almost as tall as she is. And the girl's talking to the doll about, she's saying, thank you so much. The zoo was so much fun, but can we go home now? I'm hungry. And when she says that, as he comes out, and they both turn and look at him, and he's staring at the doll, and the doll's staring at him, and he says hello, and he's looking at. She goes, oh, hello. the little girl says, "Oh, hello. My name's Mandy, and this is Abigail." Abigail goes like this, and Sam goes, "Oh, very nice to meet you, Mandy. Mandy, I heard you want to go home. Your parents are very worried about you." "They are?" "Yeah, they are. Well, I'm hungry. Maybe we should go." And she starts to go, and the doll's arm shoots out and grabs her arm. And she's like, "Well, Abigail. Abigail doesn't want me to go home. We want to still go on adventures. Is that right, Abigail?" And Abigail nods like, zzz. Doesn't do a full nod, staring at Sam the whole time. Let's get her card out. Ball jointed doll. So, Abigail, true threat. If anybody's going to assist him, they gotta roll. They gotta make a soul check. During the evaluate, you lower the cost of wicked gifts and raise the cost of holy gifts. What's he got? And then what's the evaluate versus an ally gift? No, this is not an ally gift. Okay. Let's see. Wicked. Does he have any wickeds? No. But does it have... Oh, he has one holy, which is the worry beads. Yeah. Okay. So that's not really going to come into play. Sam's got to think quick. He doesn't have his deck out. It's in his satchel right next to him, though. He starts reaching into his satchel. He goes, "Well, adventures are really fun. Why don't we sit down and talk about where we could go to our next adventure?" And the doll, and for the first time, he hears the doll speak, and the doll goes, "We?" And he sits down. He decides he's going to play this very casual. He sits down and he flips on his confidence. He sits down. And he goes, "Yeah, absolutely. Let's look at all the places that are they're fun to do around here." And he brings out his deck and he opens up and he's like, "Here, let's just Google the fun places we can go around town." And the girl goes, "Well, I'm not supposed to go with strangers." He's like, "Oh, well, why don't I find you somewhere you and Abigail can go?" "Oh, okay, and then I can tell your parents where you are." "Oh, okay, that's good. Do you have a sandwich?" "I don't have a sandwich, so why don't we find somewhere you could eat?" And he starts tapping away. And this is where he's going to... Oh, wait, hold up. So he's doing that. He's tapping away, but what he's trying to do is see if there's any kind of signal coming in or out of this doll. And to his dismay, there is not. There is no signal. There's no hacking that's going to happen here. He's going to have to approach this a little differently. His options are to maybe talk his way through this, or maybe honestly send them somewhere. Befriend. He's got to either befriend the doll or he's got to bash it. So he's at 16 to befriend, and 13 to bash it. If he attacks it, as long as he makes it, if he fails the roll, he's going to have to, we're going to have to raise the rampage. It's okay right now, though. It's a -3. What's he got in his hands? Oh, no, this is these. Sam has a bunch of nothing for raging. And these guys don't have they don't have hacking. Great. Okay, or he can use the magic mason jar, take it out and kind of talk to him about, maybe he could tell him a story. He knows that the doll is recording, is paying very close attention to him. So maybe he could tell him a story. He could boost soul with his magic mason jar. Well, his soul is 2. Get the worst soul. Soul number. Let's see here. I'm looking at his fragments. He can give somebody one gift and then give them one gift. Get a gift and give a gift. What could he do? Murder board? Or a soul gift? Okay. What does Zeus have soul-wise? Zeus has the gargoyle gear. Evaluate using hack? No. Initiate versus a zone threat? No. This would just boost his soul. That's all it would do. Or he tries to get a rage gift from one of them. But she doesn't really have any of those either. This isn't going to go so well. He really can't use. He's in no good situation to use soul. Okay. So, what's his rage options? If he uses rage, he needs a 13. He's got 3 dice. He could use a fleeting fragment to trade a card with Zeus and we would have said that, okay, he had taken the murder board. Zeus had said, hey, take this, and gave him a murder board. Murder board, for those who are wondering. So that would at least let him boost. And it's a wicked card, too. So he'd be able to lower the cost of it, so he wouldn't have to discard it. Or assemble using rage. Recycle into the deck and add 1 rage die. He'd be able to reload it and put it on top. So that's cool. And then he's got wishful thinking. He's got worry beads. But he'd have to sacrifice them. Okay, so wishful thinking will allow him to explode dice that are less than 4. So that's cool. All right, I think that's what we're going to do. All right, so he is going to use the fleeting fragment, the price of victory. It's just like the stories you remember from books, comics, or movies. The energy and exhilaration are there. The triumph and danger of being a hero, just like you always dreamed. You're doing capital G, good in the world, and you hardly notice the cost anymore. The only thing is, didn't you used to have a sister? So, that's interesting. So, maybe this one's hitting a little, this whole mission's hitting a little home. Or at least it's bringing back some memories he wasn't really, he didn't realize he had. He's thinking about a sister he hasn't thought about in a long time. And before Zeus leaves, Zeus gives him the murder board. Because he doesn't have a weapon of any sort. And Sam is going to give Zeus the worry beads. That fleeting fragment allows him to trade. Yeah, and it's during initiate. So that's good. That's what's happening right now. Right? Yes. Yep. Okay, so Sam's got a rage booster. Or no, he's going to assemble using rage. Assemble using rage, that's what he's doing, is at 3, he can recycle this into his deck and add 1 rage die. He's actually going to be able to reload it because it's a wicked tool. And then what else can he do? That is it. This has got charm and conjure, and he doesn't have charm. Sam's not horribly charming. So Sam realizes he can't hack into this thing, and as he's talking about going to a restaurant and that kind of stuff, it starts getting up, and he realizes it's not sitting down, and it leans over and starts whispering in her ear, Mandy's ear, and he realizes he's gonna have to do something quick. So he switches tactics. With his one hand, he's typing, and kind of looking at him, puts his hand down to grab his the murder board he's kind of got in his back, like strapped to his back, and he's just gonna go. He's just gotta go for it. Try to bash this thing in its head, take it out as quick as possible. The only backup thing, he gets no help. He can get no help. Nobody can support him, assist him. We got 4 dice to get 13. Hot dang, man. Look at that. Look at that. So Sam, like I said, he's a tough hombre, and he's quick. With a quickness like lightning, the murder board's out. Shwam! He hits this thing, the girl, up upside her head. He hears a crunch and a zip, 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 and it stumbles. And Mandy screams, "What are you doing? Abigail!" And he grabs Mandy and he grabs the doll. But the doll isn't out. It like pulls away from him and runs off into the forest as fast as it can. Mandy wants to run after her, but he's holding on to Mandy and she's screaming at him, "Let me go, let me go," she's saying. And he doesn't want to leave the girl to go running after the doll. The doll is going to escape to one of the other nexuses. But first we got to see if we got to close the zoo. Choose one. Reload one ally gift from your discard pile or suffer 1 soul damage. All right, nobody's got an ally. So okay. Gabrielle is going to suffer a 1 soul damage. She's going to discard protection pour. And in doing so, we've sealed the zoo. So the doll is going to either go to the school or to the lake. We won't know which until we find her. I'm gonna put it on top. These cards on top, and then we'll shuffle them whenever they go there. Okay. All right. Awesome. That seals, right? That seals the seal their nexus. All right, the cul-de-sac is sealed. Dun dun dun. Automatically. Or it's sealed. You don't have to go to sanctify. Okay. Let me make sure. I just want to make sure that I can seal this nexus automatically. Where are my rule nerds? I gotta playing the part of rule nerd tonight is Kevin from HR. Sanctify master. Oh, like I want master fighting stuff. Assisting, suffering damage, confronting an archetype. When you terminate versus a master, you may attempt to escape. If all nexuses are guarded, sacrifice the master archetype. Yep. If you won versus a master, draw a number of new omens equal to the map. Shuffle the new pile, seed 1 check. Yeah, I already did that. Oh. Okay, maybe in the sealing stuff. Oh, sealing is actually sanctifying is when you roll and do that, right? Oh, yeah. If a saint won versus the master or the nexus is empty, the attempt is automatically successful. Booyah. Sealed. Sam takes drags the girl back out into her backyard and up to her house. Her parents are ecstatic. So happy. And she's freaking out. And he tells them she's freaking out because she hit, but her parents totally understand. And he tells them that he's going to go, him and his friends are going to track down the robot and it's not going to be help. And that he's going to personally return with a brand new doll for her, a replacement that isn't going to be a problem. And her parents say, take your time. And so as Sam's leaving, he calls up, he talks to Gabrielle, and they're always connected, and tells them that everybody knows that the doll is on the loose and it's gone somewhere else. They're not quite sure where. They don't know that she hasn't gone to the zoo. So they're going to continue with the zoo. Yeah. Or maybe they're pretty far in. They're going to start making their way back. We'll say that. That makes sense. So, let's see. This goes on top of the deck. This goes here. Sam's going to 1, 2, 3, 4 draw a murder board and pass the turn. Oh, he's going to move at the end of his turn. He's going to move to the... Before he left, he asked the teacher if there... Not the teacher. He asked the parents if there are... What are the other places they go to on a regular basis that are like the little girl's favorite places? And they're like, well, you know, she's taken the doll to school. Well, we've also taken the doll to the lake. The lake, yeah, it's just down the road, this way and that way. And so I think he's going to head to the lake. Yeah. So Sam heads off to the lake, and now we're going to join Gabrielle at the zoo. Gabrielle and Dr. Zeus. Gabrielle draws an omen of hope. The zoo, yes, because that's what we want. We're at the zoo. We want hope. All right. Righteous anger. When she assembles versus a threat, she gets to add a bonus die. And a threat it is. So, the over their headphones, they hear Sam talking about that, and they go, okay, we're going to join you. He says we're heading to the lake. We're going to go to the lake too. We're heading back to the car now. And as they're making their way back to the car, they are ambushed. They are ambushed by action figures. So the doll has an entourage of these action figures that were made from maybe the doll actually upgraded the action figures a little bit when she came in. The action figures are all top of the line too, but they weren't sentient enough to do what they're doing now until the doll came along. Abigail kind of upgraded these and has been using them as an entourage, and she did take the girl to the zoo and took the entourage there, and then she didn't plan on letting her go home. They were actually on their way to the lake, cutting through from the zoo, and cutting through the forests. Yeah, it's all within like maybe 5-mile radius all around the zoo, the lake, the cul-de-sac, and the school. Anyway, fun times. We're attacked by action figures. During the assist, we got a soul check. Let's see. This is the clone part of this is going to be difficult for us. Difficult. Because as much as these guys want to be, hey, we're going to bring them into the fold. Hey, it's all kumbaya with the robots. That takes soul, it seems. And nobody has a very high soul. We're all very irrational or highly emotional. Negatively emotional. So 14 body or 15 soul. Well, seeing as how... Okay. But she can use her snakeskin boots. Yeah. These boots were made for kicking action figures into next Tuesday. We're going to do body. If we fail this, we got to raise the rampage up. Body's 14. She's going to... Let's see. These clones do not have charm. So she's going to use the snakeskin boots as... She's going to boost. All right. So her body is 3. She's discards the snakeskin boots for additional 1. The gearbox, she's going to be able to flip 2 dice. She'll use it to flip. That's good. She has strike. It has strike, so she adds a bonus die. And then Z's unfortunately cannot help with body. He would be able to help Sam with body, but he cannot help Gabrielle with body. So that sucks. Well, actually, it's great. It saves us time. We don't have to worry about mutating. Mutating's a pain in the butt sometimes. Okay, so there's no assist, and then confront. Cannot play charm gifts. Wait a minute. Oh, shiza. Cannot play snakeskin boots. Well, I'm going to have to rethink this then. If we use our soul, then these could help. But I don't have anything that can discard. I discarded my one soul card to help Sam out. Aha. Okay. 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 All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to mutate. Because Dr. Zeiss, he cannot do straight up body, but he can use a marked deck to assist with any virtue, and he can assist with his mind. That'll be 4 dice, so that's worth it. And we'll still go with body. Even though she can't use the snakeskin boots, she can use the gearbox. Yeah. She can use the gearbox. But first we got to mutate. Let's roll a die. See which mutation card we're going to use. The second one. Oh, it's my new favorite. Self-healing. Okay. So we're going to roll on this little chart here. And we rolled a 6. Kumbaya. Roll 1 die on a 1 to 3 heal one. Psh, yeah. And it's a 5, so there is no healing. But the action figures aren't going to be healing, so that's good. All right, cool. So we got 3 body dice. She's going to discard Gearbox to boost body. She's got a 4th one. Yeah, she can't use charm. You know what? No. I'm not going to use Gearbox to add a body die because I want to use Gearbox. It's got this cool power. I can discard to flip 2 dice. I'd rather have that just in case we roll some 1s. But what I can use is a Wolfram Cube. I can assemble versus a mutated card, recycle to add 1 body die. So we'll add a body die that way. And then strike, and she's got strike for 1 bonus die. She's going to be able to re-roll 4 and flip 2 with the Gearbox. So let's see how this rolls out. And then we'll describe the fiction. This rolls out fantastic. Fantastic. So, they almost don't hear him. She's just, she happens to look down and she sees shadows on the ground, like little ones, like odd ones, like little people-shaped shadows. Not like birds, like flying. She looks up in time that they, to see these little dolls come sliding down on like zip lines, like they've had this little ambush set. Actually, well, no, they're on her bike. Even better. They weren't left at the zoo. They got on her bike, were hiding in her bike when they went to the cul-de-sac. The doll gave them orders to watch and pay attention to what, make sure that nothing interrupts whatever she is doing. And so these guys, they saw them as suspicious, so they got into her bike. And she didn't notice them because the other kids were messing with her stuff and taking stuff out. They were hiding in the little car that Zeiss sets in. So they go to get in the bike, and that's when these action figures strike. And let's see, we used body, right? Yeah. So Gabrielle's quicker and much quicker than these little dolls. She's grabbing them. There's like 4 of them. She grabs one, throws it, hits another one, grabs one, and grabs another one, and throws them out, and starts the car, and they take off. And then, not the car, the bike. And then she makes sure to come back around and hit as many of them as she can. Runs them down. I just imagine little action figure running, and the motorcycle running him over. All right. Kick butt. Oh, I didn't do this. It doesn't matter. He didn't have to assist. Gabrielle didn't need the assist anyway. Okay. We gotta choose one. Reload one ally gift from your discard pile. She does not have, so she's got to take a point of soul damage in order to seal this. She feels a little twinge running down these action figures, but not enough to ruin her day. So she sanctifies. She's gonna seal it. So these guys are done, and this is sealed. Booyah! Zoo's down, and they head off. And she brings. She's gonna reset her hand, but she's gonna bring obviously Zeus with her. And they head to the lake to meet up with Sam. We're down 2 locations. We're still pretty good with the Omen deck, so I think we're going to all team up at the lake. And although that's probably a bad idea, actually. I say that because the Master's in one of those, and it's going to go a lot better if we can guard one of them when the other team finds the Master. Gabrielle speaks up to Sam and says, "You know what? I got a better idea. We're going to head to the school. She may have gone there. There's other kids there. She might try to get another kid." And Sam's like, "You're right. Why don't you do that? I'll just cover off the lake just to just check it out, and I'll meet you guys at the school." So Gabrielle heads to the school, and that's with Zeus. So Zeus is up, and we are arriving at the school. Now the school's doom side is lose using mind or study. You cannot investigate again this turn. To seal it, he's got to discard a mind gift. He's got 2 mind gifts. We're going to keep those. She's got a mind gift too, right? No. Okay. We'll keep those on hand. Lost a card. Gabrielle did. Oh, great. Omen of Doom. Okay. He's got 2 Omens of Doom. Well, the school Omen of Doom isn't all that bad, so we're going to keep it. Extravagance. If this is a gift, he's got to avoid it. Psst. What the F? Well, so... Oh, you know what? What do you guys think? I got to do that. I got to do it. Ignore that. Now we know, though. That kind of... Well, actually, crap. Let's do... No, it's okay. We're going to play just like we did. I was supposed to... I put the cards on top, and I was supposed to shuffle them when they... Wait, I'll shuffle the lake, too. Now I know the Master's here, but that's okay, because nothing that changes nothing. I'm going to play it exactly how I was going to play it. I was going to have Sam at the lake, and these 2 at this location. There, shuffled. And then shuffle the lake. Okay, let's do this again. Psychic Surgeon. How? There's some hurdles to figure out how this guy ended up at the school. Huh. Okay. And it's a gift. So, it's an ally. So, as school's in session. It's a normal school day. And as Gabrielle and Zeus come in to the school, this guy comes walking by, and he's a character. They're characters. And when characters meet characters, they tend to stop and recognize each other. He's giving a... speech at the school, like the high school AP biology class. which is really beneath his abilities, but he enjoys doing it. But he's actually a professional psychic surgeon, and whatever the hell that is, he psychically does. Okay, he does he's surgery psychically, which is really interesting to Dr. Zeiss. So we're gonna see if these guys do more than just pass each other in the hall. Let's see. Got a mind check here. Oh wait, hold on. You're right. If it's a gift, avoid it and investigate again. This guy doesn't notice them as they're walking in. They kind of do a pass, unfortunately, because of the doom, and he is avoided because he is a gift. Look at that. But what is that drone doing coming down the hall? That's what got their eye. They don't notice the psychic surgeon, who would have been a great ally leaving the school. But what's that doing here? Get your deck out. Zeiss is grabbing his deck. This is a hack, which is great. So we're hacking and smacking and whacking and tacking. Let's see. That's 4 mind dice, 1, and Gabriella cannot help him here. Can she? No, she cannot. Well, she can use her power to add 1 to the die roll if that comes around. Let's see. He's got Gargoyle Gear. He can flip bonus dice. Okay. Okay, he's got ways to get out of the damage. If he has it, he's going to try to hack this thing. No. Okay. All right, 5 dice. Evaluate. Recycle 1 mind or hack gift to keep 4 dice. Okay, that's cool. Forgot about that. Oh boy. He's going to need to keep 4 dice. So he needs a 14. That's only 12 with 4 dice. What do we got here? What do we got? Support. Mutate. No. Reset your hand. No. Damage. No. Evaluate. Reroll a number, body, or rage dice. No. Does not help. Evaluate. Yes. Let's see. Flip bonus dice. That's going to be a 5, which would be 11, 12, 13, which puts him in range for Gabrielle to help. All right, so Zeiss is going to use Gargoyle Gear to flip this bonus dice. He's going to reload it to flip the bonus dice to 11. To a 5, 2 to 5, which puts it at 13, which is, he needs a 14, but that's okay because Gabriella is going to, let's see. Yeah. So he's furiously hacking. He's like, just give me a minute, and things flying at him. The moment he gets into it, it senses him. It starts flying at him, and then right over his shoulder goes Gabrielle's blunderbuss. Bam! And it hits it. It falls to the ground just as he hits the final code, and it hits the ground and shuts off. And she picks up her blunderbuss, of course, and it's not wrecked, but it did help bring this thing down. Actually, she didn't really need to do that, did she? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, that was much more fun than him sacrificing a mind or hack gift. She's going to do that. That was a recycle for her to add +1. So boom. This guy goes down. One of the office ladies comes out. She's like, "Oh my, what's going on?" Gabrielle speaks up, saying, "We got this was a reload." Oh wow, reload means you put it on top of your deck, so that's cool. Gabrielle says, one of the students is flying a drone around here. We're just we're picking it up. My daughter's flying a drone. She brought a drone to school. I'm just getting it. The drones are not allowed in school. I know. That's what I told her. Okay. Well, do you need me to get the janitor? No. Oh, we've got it. We're gonna pick it all up. They pick up the drone, the spy. She's going to. No, it's not her. It's Zeus's turn still. Does he play another Omen of Doom? Should he? Shall we? Let's get through this deck. If it's a gift, we gotta avoid it. Investigate again. Something familiar. Another ally. Oh, it's a animus. Huh. So a cat comes out from the office while the lady's talking, and it reminds Zeus of the Gray Malkin that he hasn't seen in a while. That used to come around and out of nowhere and help him out, and it reminds him of that. And let's see if it reminds him enough to be able to connect with him. He has 3 soul dice. It's charm. He doesn't have any of that. We're not going to mutate this card. I don't want it that bad. We're going to try 3 dice and see if we get 9. 7, 8. No. So it looks at him, meows, and then runs off down the hall. Sticking its butt at him. You know, the Doom part. Okay. 5, 6. Reset Zeus's hand, and now we're going to join Sam at the lake. What kind of adventures is Sam going to have at the lake? When he initiates, he's got to suffer a body damage. That sucks. That's good, but he drew an Omen of Hope, so that's fantastic. We're going to play that sucker. In Avoid, you may avoid. This flips this to Investigate. You may suffer 2 body damage to investigate, then flip this Nexus. No. That's the card that I shuffled in there. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Okay. I really don't want to be in a Doom state with this guy. We're still pretty good with Omen deck, so all Sam's got is 2 Omens of Doom. I don't want to start taking body damage. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna recycle one of these Omens of Doom and pass the turn back to Gabrielle and Zeus. Gabrielle draws an Omen of Hope. All right, we had too much Doom at the school. Let's hope it up. Emanation. It's the first investigation and evaluate, upgrade, or odd virtue dice. Okay. School. When you lose using mind or study, you may reload the confronted card. All right. Psht. Booyah. So they So they took out the spy drone. The cat goes running down the hall. So they decide to take the drone out and put it. They've been collecting these drones, parts of the drones and stuff, and to make it less weird, they clean it up, the whole situation less weird. They're gonna get rid of other stuff there. They're gonna throw it in a dumpster. They put the valuable bits back in the bike, and then they look around. And the side of the school is they see a few dumpsters, and as they're walking around there, next to the dumpster is the doll working on trying to put itself back together, doing a little self repair. It looks up at them when they come around, and let's see what happens. So to seal the lake, all he's got to do is recycle at least 1 card to guard this. So if we beat her here, it's over. This is good. We're in a really good spot here. Okay. So I gotta make a test if I want to assist. She got 16 soul or 13 rage. Sam, is the doll got a purple dress on? Yes. Yes, it does. Did you find her? Yeah. She's right here. Do you think we should? And he says, he goes, put it out. Put it down. Put it down. I don't think. And then we'll put it down, and then we'll get inside it and see what we can. We'll hack it and find out what's going wrong with it. But put it down. Okay, so that's what Gabrielle's gonna do. She's gonna put it down. 3 rage dice. Let's see. Cool. She's got Valtava clay. When you evaluate versus the Golem card, bury this to keep 4 dice. So that's cool. This thing's got charm. So does Gabriella. So she's gonna drop that. She can also use the gearbox to flip 2 dice. So that's gonna happen. Problem is these can. Okay, we are going to mutate her. I don't want to mess around. We're going to mutate this card. Let's find out. Mutate card number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, I should be rolling a d10. Let's roll a d10. That's a 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Supercharged. Okay, the mutation is supercharged. We're going to roll 1 die in this chart. 2. On terminate, you suffer 2 body damage. Okay, so the doll is going to strike back. Okay, 3 rage dice, 1 bonus die for charm. We're mutated now. Zeus is using the marked deck to assist with any virtue. He's going to assist with the mind. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on, we gotta see if he can even do it. He's got to make a soul check of 8. So this might. Oh, wait, he's got the best soul of everybody. He's got 3 dice. 3 and study. No, it's charm or sense, and he has neither. So let's see. 3 dice. He needs 8. Got it. Okay. He is assisting. He's using his marked deck to make it mind. He's gonna assist with his mind. If she needs it, she'll be able to re-roll 4 dice. Okay, and then she gets to upgrade odd virtue dice. How cool is that? That works. That was him. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Really good. No more dice to add. We need a 13. Okay, need to figure this out. We got a 6, a 3, and a 1, and a 1. I think we're gonna do the rerolls first. We're gonna rerolls these 3. All right, if we keep all 4 as it is right now, that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Boom. All right, she is going to bury the Valtava clay to keep 4 dice. So, when Gabrielle throws the scout thingy, the drone, into the garbage can, and she looks and she sees legs coming out from the side of it. She walks around and there's this doll. That's when she talks to Sam, and it's looking at her, and she smiles at it. And she goes, "How you doing? Are you okay?" And she starts to bend down, and that's when she strikes. And the best thing she's got is in her pack. She's got the hunk of Valtava clay, because she had put her blunderbuss away, and so she hits this thing as hard as she can with the bag, and it strikes too at the same time. So it jumps and they kind of go. Actually, she strikes it. She goes to strike it or grab it. It jumps on her, and they fall down and kind of roll in the parking lot. Zeus comes running up, and she gets it down, and it's kind of at a disadvantage because it's much smaller than her, but also it's like broken and such from when Sam hit it, and she pins it down and uses her satchel, just smash it in the head, as a couple times, putting it out, and it goes down. And it won't be escaping because it can't escape to the lake, so it is done. And quickly, Sam and Zeus and drag her or pick her up and take her to the bike. The office lady comes out again and goes, "Oh my lord, what have you done? Who's the student?" And Gabrielle's, no, it's a doll. It's a doll. See, one of the kids, my daughter brought the doll too, and she it broke, and the kids, you know how kids are, and she's going off, and the office lady, "Oh, okay," seeing the doll has like electronic stuff coming out of his, "Oh, okay, thank you so much for taking that. You're absolutely welcome." And Zeus and Gabrielle zoom off to take the doll home to reverse engineer it and figure out what the heck is going on. We did not fail that check, so we don't have to add any rage. We are good to go. Okay. That was cool because that's a whole lot of cards we didn't have to deal with. Oh, there's some good. Oh, there's a bunch of new ones in here we could have got. All right. Let's see what's our enduring fragment. Our enduring fragment is the playthings. They're not dolls. They're mean, ugly creatures the size of dolls who enjoy nothing more than making people miserable. In the dark of night, you see them work, gathering resources, organizing, thinking. Though many may feign to coexist with humanity, they have long hated humans and do everything in their power to cause them grief. After all, it wasn't them who put them into the toy box. All right, so this is Gain Sense 1. If you have enduring fragments from 5+ unique chapters, gain Sense 2 instead. All right, who needs sense? It's always, the only person who has sense here is Sam. I think we're going to go with Zeus. Zeus is going to take this one. Let's see what the other ones are. We have 3 other ones. 2, 3. 3 other choices are, this, that goes here, this goes here. We have desire to help, the dragon, and the cost. Desire to help. Her hands were the finest of any surgeon in practice today. Your condition so rare, so intricate, the task fell to her alone. Yet you seem to be the only one to notice the tremors, the twitches, from fear or excitement. "Yes," she intoned, her cadence offering no clues as the anesthetic took hold in you. "Something new." All right, so you can sacrifice this to heal their discard pile. That is a good one for Gabrielle, I think. Out of all of them, she's the one that tends to end up with the biggest discard pile. The dragon. The needle slides into your vein, and you push the plunger down. Oh, it's that dragon. You push the plunger down, forcing the glowing green fluid inside. It coagulates there, emerald lines forming along your capillaries, and then blending together into a cyclone fence pattern. The holes in the fence fill in and harden, transforming your limb into an armored black-nailed claw, and a golden eye in your palm flickers open and transfixes you with its hate. Fuck, that's sweet, dude. That is, who wrote that one? Matt Forback. That's pretty cool, man. All right, so during Evaluate, you can sacrifice to re-roll any number of dice, then trash re-rolled odd dice. Yeah, we're going to probably keep that one. Final one, the cost. They warned you not to trade with the Skin Man, but it's such a small piece of yourself each time, and it was so much money. But those pieces added up. Your kids look like they enjoy it when he takes them to the park. What? Paul Peterson. Sacrifice to re-roll body dice. Okay, I love that story was cool too, but I think we're going to keep these two. I think we're going to go, the dragon is going to go Dr. Zeus, and desire to help is going to go to Gabrielle. Cool. All right. That was Welcome to the Dollhouse. Next week, we're going to be playing a mission called Retropolis. Kind of like Metropolis. Retropolis, yeah. Doesn't sound as good as it looks, the word. But, yep, should be a fun one. Thanks for joining. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I'll catch you next Saturday. Viva la Dungeon!